Hello, I'm Lenny Pinna, and I'm the editor of this book, A Face from Uranus, Correspondence between Ted Burr and Henry Bellarmine, 1943 to 1945. I'm going to pick up with the second part of Henry's letter. I think there are certain consequences which threaten you that you do not realize. When you are young and good-looking, it is not unnatural entirely to try to enhance your good looks. But if you do it the wrong way and try to look like that which you are not, you only increase your isolation. The very admiration you might like to have is perverted, and you lose the admiration you wish and get the wrong kind. Deep down, of course, it seems as if you are trying to attract men sexually, and to try to look like a girl in order to accomplish that what you resent when you get it. Isn't that true? Ted, I'm not blaming you for anything. I'm only thinking out loud. I'm only saying some of these things in order to point out the end of the road. I've seen various pretty boys made up, and made up very well. I used to see them in Berlin in the 20s. So pretty they used to stir one up a lot. But after all, they were not girls, and one didn't wish to be stirred up if something couldn't be done about it. And any homosexual practice is unsatisfactory in the end. The frightening thing is not these young boys well painted and sometimes wearing girls' clothes, but what these same boys are like in 10 years, 20 years, 30 years. There is nothing worse than an old fairy. There's one living in this house. He is something or other in the musical world, nothing important. But this ancient coquette is something you would shudder at with your real gentleness. I don't suggest that you do anything about all of this, certainly not now. I do suggest, and I do even that much with the greatest reluctance, that you avoid makeup and cut your hair shorter and be the very handsome boy that you are by nature. I think you cannot imagine how everyone will like and admire the person that you have hidden away. On the actual sexual question, I don't suggest anything. I don't know what you want. But here are my real suggestions. What your deepest psychic need is, that is what we must find out, and that is what you must be able to do. You need accomplishment, I imagine. Suppose you could make yourself a fine writer, even a capable one, and could make money and make a place for yourself with it. Wouldn't that meet one of your demands? It doesn't matter how bad your book is at present. I suspect that it is bad. No matter. You write sentences that sound out like something. You communicate in your letters a fine personal warmth, without which no one writes successfully. And some of these things are your priceless equipment. Artificiality is always the pitfall of the young writer. But you see, your letters are not artificial. There is the pulse of life in them. Or self-dramatization, which the world is not interested in. Henry makes a parenthetical comment. Once when I was very young, I began a novel laid in Spain, which I had never seen. Henry's letter is continued in Part 8.